Hey there YouTube, this is Wheelchair21, and on today's rolling review we got Tamashii Nation's 2014 SHF Kamen Rider Baron Lemon Energy Arms. Yeah, I got this. I actually was able to score one of these from a friend who actually attended the event. My friend, who, if you know from the CS Toys chat, he goes by the name Proto Man, V89 or 81 I believe, or other people just call him as Otoya because that was his username as a part of the CS Toys blog on multiple occasions. Anyways, this Tamashii Features box is not really appealing whatsoever. It just shows the Tamashii Nation's logo on the back, and it's not really impressive. It just really showcases the figure, and that's practically all it does. But let's get down to the contents inside. Now, for those who actually follow me on Twitter and or Instagram, some already are aware mine came defective. This is a thing that happens with a lot of Tamashii brand exclusives, is when they're mass producing this limited wave of a figure, they tend to skip over a hand. Somehow they skipped out on one of his opened hands, which honestly if you have the basic Baron you can just use as long as you're not displaying it currently on basic Banana Arms Baron. So it doesn't really affect the figure whatsoever. People say it may affect the resale value, but honestly, it really won't, due to the fact that this thing is hard to come by. Thus, I will say, it does come with its basic hands to hold the Sonic Arrow, two versions, the actual regular version and the full pullback release for the energy shots, a Lemon Lock Seed, which somehow is turned backwards in the plastic wrap when sealing it, and the figure itself. Honestly, one hell of a set for accessories for such a limited run figure. Lemon Energy Arms, the figure itself for Baron, uses the base sculpt of the original Figuart. Now, the new features on it are specifically the actual Genesis driver, the armor platement for the actual Lemon Energy Arms itself, which is a beautiful yellow and gold. I really like it, plus the silver back part for the cape. Really great. These two plug into the actual back, so they are actually jointed into that part of the chest plate and back plate. This is actually on a swivel joint, on an actual cylinder joint where it folds up and down. Problem is, it's a little tight, so be very cautious. This can break, possibly, if you put too much force on it. And this thing is quite free. Honestly, pretty good features. Really good cape. I think the only flaw with the cape thus far is this center back piece is a little stiff, and I always fear it will break. That's my biggest caution right here, is this thing right there. And his shoulder pad is another thing that is kind of pissing me off, is it actually has a little torque to it. So when trying to get it down, you have to actually grab it from all the sides. Like, get at least 2 fingers here and a thumb here to lightly move it back and forth, so it doesn't break itself. Maybe just do it a couple of times or several times just to loosen the actual joints. Like I said, though, when comparing it to its original form, which is Banana Arms, basic Baron, you can see the entire sculpt of the figure, like the suit in the show, was never changed. It was just, they gave it a Genesis driver, and they attached onto it the Lemon Energy Arms, which actually fits in the color motif and design due to the fact that he uses a yellow lock seed to begin with. And you can see the difference between the two shadings of yellow. One's a little bit darker and also has a bit more gloss to it. The other one has a basic metallic look to it and gleam. Honestly, I like the way that this is designed, but the design and how it moves on the figure itself. However, this one speaks to me more because I just like the overall sense appeal of the cape. The whole shoulder pad gimmick kind of reminds me of Saiyan armor by the design, and how the actual helmets look. They both have distinct features when looking at it from a nice side angle, and they look pretty damn well, I gotta say. It does look like, though, even changing up the pose a bit, that this Baron is actually a little bit taller in sculpt than this figure is alone. at least from looking at it, because they're practically standing straight. This one is actually a little bit taller in general by just basic sculpt and body design, even though they look identical to each other. Baron with the Sonic Arrow looks amazing. That's one of the best parts about this figure altogether. Not just the design, but the actual Sonic Arrow. The whole bow is probably one of the best aspects of Energy Riders. It's a beautiful red with nice clear and blue plastic throughout this, where the strings should be, and where the actual blade is, where it generates the energy. Even the actual arrow tip itself is nice clear blue, as you can see my hand kind of through it. It's nice, it's great. Honestly, it's a really great weapon. The cool aspect is it comes in both forms. You know, you have it in its pullback and release to fire off arrows and energy bolts, as well as the regular bow form, which is used as a bladed weapon due to the fact of how it was designed to actually be used on the battlefield. It's a great weapon and it's a great design. Now, honestly, another cool aspect is it can feature, like like the Muso Saber, the energy locks. They can actually plug into it off the belt onto the actual weapon itself to give it that full aspect of the sparking, the squash, the OLED. And it's a wonderful feature. I really like it, and it's a great design. Since there are only 2 variations of the Sonic Arrow and he has no other weapons, we can go right into evaluation time. Our final evaluation is Baron Lemon Energy Arms is a wonderful figure art. The whole Gaim line has beautiful designs and a beautiful concept. It really clashes well with what they were trying to do this season. The fruit gimmick actually works. It actually is solid. It actually is fine to have on display. Honestly, it's a great overall thing to have, especially when having the original Banana Arms and Lemon Energy Arms together. Only problem is, this is a Tamashii Nations exclusive, and it's somewhat been confirmed that it's actually not going to get a regular retail web shop release. Meaning that, yeah, this thing's going to be hard to get, hard to come by. So I don't recommend it to people, because you shouldn't be spending all this money for just a single figure. I was able to luck out because a friend was attending the convention. I was able to luck out because of that. He only charged me base price plus international shipping. And honestly, the best part about it is, since it was cheap, I got it. Am I a real fan of Baron? Necessarily, no, I'm not. I never really liked the character, because every time he did something that was actually upstanding, it was something he would do always something contradictive later. The suit is really what I like. I just love red, I love the silver, and I love the yellow. It works well together. It just has a beautiful design, and there's nothing I really hate about it. All of the Baron designs always had something amazing about it. The character, however, was kind of flat and stale, because he would do something heroic, and then do something douchey the next day, or within the next 5 seconds. So, I'd only say get it if you're a true Baron diehard, or if you are just a fan of Gaim in general and want to have all your riders. This thing, though, is a whopping 7,000 yen, or more, depending on where you buy it from on the international secondary market. Honestly, I love it. I thank Otoya for helping me get a hold of it. Even the defect aside, it's one wonderful figure. I just don't recommend people going the distance and spending an X amount for this figure. So, it's a pass for those who are the mainline collectors. Unless you must have it, get it. Because, honestly, it's not worth the money it's now going for. So let's hope Tamashii decides to, instead of making it a raffle item, they make it a regular web shop exclusive. Anyways, this has been Wheelchair 21. You can find rolling reviews such as Baron Lemon Energy Arms or Banana Arms here on my YouTube channel or on HeroTaku.com. You can follow me on Twitter, check me out on Instagram, where I upload some future reviews or just random stuff I do when playing video games or other things that occur when I'm just messing around with figures. You can also check out HeroTaku.com on Facebook, Twitter, and its website. You can check all of his podcasts out on Raijo Nihon. And with that being said, we'll see you next time with another rolling review. Will it be as awesome as this Baron Lemon Energy Arms? I doubt it, but you never know, because Godzilla's coming, and he's coming big and large, and he is in charge.